Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about potty training. I know a lot of parents really dread potty training, and I was definitely one of those, but I can now tell you that we have successfully potty trained 5 kids. Before we get into my tips that I have for you guys about potty training, I do want to clarify that for us, this is personal to each family, but for us, we consider potty trained to be wearing underwear during the day, all day. We are not necessarily talking about nighttime, whether or not they still need to sleep with something on at night. We're talking about daytime is what we consider potty trained. And the reason for that is because children physiologically will be able to hold their pee overnight at different ages. Every kid is different. Out of our 5 children, we have 2 that are bedwetters, meaning that they just physiologically are not ready to hold their urine all night. So like I said, we have 2 kids who have still needed to wear some kind of overnight underwear, and that's totally fine by us. Like I said, physiologically, not every kid is ready at the same time for that. So that's just kind of to preface, what we consider potty trained and all of that. So I do want to share with you guys today my 5 tips for potty training your kids, and really just what's worked for us and what has, helped us along the way. All right, guys, the big number 1 thing for us is to wait until they are ready. That can be hard. I know that a lot of parents really, we want to, when you decide you're done with your kid being in diapers, it's kind of like you're ready to force them to be done. But that is really the best way to get yourself into a position where you're just clashing with your kids and struggling. We have always waited until we felt like our kids showed us some really good signs of readiness, and for pretty much all of our children, that was right around the age of 3. Some of our children potty trained a little before 3, some of them potty trained a little after 3, and then of course, we have Rosie, and she was adopted this year. She was 4 years old when we brought her home, and she was just about to turn 5 when we potty trained her. She has Down syndrome, and so kiddos with Down syndrome will often potty train later than a typical child. And we definitely had kids who tried to use the potty a little before that, or would sit and pee in the potty, when they were 18 months old or something. But we did not have the instances where we felt like, okay, you're waking up from your nap and you're dry. You're asking to go to the potty at some point. You're recognizing that oh, look, I just went pee or I went poop and I don't like it. Can you take this diaper off of me? That's kind of what we start to look for in our kids, to know that, hey, they're recognizing what peeing and pooping and all that is, and they don't like it on them, and they're ready to start, talking about using the potty. So my second tip is going to be to clear your calendar. For us, potty training is a good at least 3 days. I think the fastest any of our kids ever kind of went through the motions and we felt like, wow, they're really getting this, was 3 days. But usually it's about a week, sometimes 2. But really the intensive, one-on-one kind of thing is about a week long. So during that week, we try really hard to have almost nothing going on. That can be really hard. You kind of have to time it and plan it. Once you see your kid seems ready, you might have to wait a little bit until you have the time to really dedicate to it. So for us, we waited until we had about a week where I could be home with them all the time, didn't have to take them in and out of the car. For us, that's summertime. Nobody's in preschool or really much activities or anything like that. We have pretty chill summers. So for us, that was summertime, but we try to have that kind of solid week where we can just lay around. It's so hard as a mom to do this, but I didn't worry about cleaning. I didn't worry about laundry. I didn't worry about anything but keeping my eyes on the kid that I was potty training. And I'm really going to use this example right now because I just recently potty trained Jonah and Rosie. That was over the summer. So I'm kind of talk more about them specifically. I, basically just spent a week where we did nothing but watch movies, play games. We played outside. It was really hot here. We live in the South, and in the summer it's really hot. So we played outside a lot, but playing outside can be tricky if you have a really large backyard and your kids tend to go off to different areas where you're not watching them. You really need to be in kind of a confined space with them where you can watch them at all times, because you'll start to recognize looks on their faces or different things that they do that it's like an indication that, oh, they're about to go to the bathroom. And sometimes you'll recognize those things they do before they recognize them. The third thing is we're doing the no pants dance. Everyone feels differently about this, so do what works for you. But for us, we went bottomless with our kids because I felt like we noticed with our first, when we were potty training her, that if we put panties on her right away, she just didn't have enough of a distinction between underwear and a diaper. So she would just still pee in those. But when we started going completely commando on the bottom, then it was like, oh, pee's trickling down my leg. Ah. So, you know, you might want to just cover your furniture in towels. This is what we did, and again, it's not for everybody, and some people are like, oh, that's so nasty. Really, they only ever had those accidents like once or twice before they got it, and then we were able to be like, wah, and move them really quickly to the potty when you catch them peeing. So after a few days, we would start to introduce underwear during the day, but still at nap time and bedtime, they need to have something on. And so we use the Pampers Easy Ups training underwear. I feel like they really keep everything in. You know, the older your kids get, the more that they pee, and just the more liquid is there, and sometimes diapers and different things can leak, but I feel like these have never really leaked on us. We've always had good luck with the Pampers Easy Up. So this is what we put on them during nap time and bedtime. We're going without pants for a little bit, introducing underwear after a couple of days when I feel like they're really getting it and not going to keep, you know, peeing in their underwear. The fourth thing is rewards. Again, everyone has a different philosophy on this. Some people will do stickers, some people will do toys. Okay, so number 5, like I was saying, is we still use Easy Ups at bedtime and nap time. And they're so cute. They look a lot like underwear in the sense that they, like, these are Hello Kitty and they have patterns and designs on them, so they look a lot like underwear. And when we are talking to our kids about these, we do not call them diapers. We just call them their special nap time underwear. So we really try to avoid using any kind of diaper language or anything like that. We talk about these more like training underwear than we do like a diaper. And I think that really helps too for the kids, because we let them know, you know, we'll look at whatever the design is and be like, okay, now don't get any pee-pee on Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty doesn't like any pee-pee on her, or, you know, whatever the character or animal is on them. So we kind of use that as a way to like tell the kids like, okay, now we don't want this to be wet. And so we do reward our kids if they wake up from a nap dry. If their Easy Up is dry when they wake up from their nap, then they will get another reward for that. You guys, so that is what has really worked for us as far as potty training goes. Again, this is different for everybody. People will, you know, research different methods, you know, these miracle methods that you potty train your kids in 2 or 3 days, or, you know, all kinds of different methods out there for potty training. You have to decide what works best for you. As a mom of 5, this is what has worked best for me 5 times now. So those are my tips for potty training. If you guys have any tips or anything that's worked really well for you, leave it in the comments below, because I feel like when people are, you know, searching in YouTube for potty training videos and things like that, they'll find this, and then they can read your comments below too that maybe will be different, or other tips that you guys have, things that have worked really well for you. So be sure to leave those in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe to our channel if you're new, and we will see you guys again soon. Bye.